Struggle for 3 quarters, no one able to break clear. Late whistle call, an infringement out of the centre. It will go the way of Footscray and Andrew Purser. Can they get up, Robert? Footscray?
I think they can, Sandy.
Purser a big punt. Down towards half forward. Beasley and Sewell. Tapped clear. Coming to meet it, Beers. Steadies on the left foot. Wide towards the wing. Kellett is there. Needs support. Goes over the top. Hawkins, who spent the entire day out there on that wing, hasn't come across the members' side once. And we'll see a bounce.
Bounce will take place right alongside the point of the centre square. Footscray's side of the centre. Purser. It's a tap. Tony Shaw takes it towards half forward. Baxter, Dixon at the back. Dixon gets the hand pass to Beers. Beers now hand passes back to Dixon. Coming out towards the boundary line. Can he keep it in play? He does. Gets boot to ball. Swings it forward. Rance up high. Takes a nice mark for Footscray. Murray Rance. Midway between back pocket and half back flank. A nice kick from Rance. Sees the ball at about centre wing. Purser has the ball tapped away. Rod McPherson playing a good game for Footscray. Puts it towards half forward. Petraglia in the front position. Taps the ball down. Goes after it. Sewell's there as well. Over the boundary line it goes. And the throw-in will take place. Half forward flank for Footscray. On the throw-in, number 15 Fellows, number 2 Sewell. Over the back comes Morwood. Hawkins came through. Couldn't take possession. Petraglia first on the scene. Hooks the ball forward. Is it over the line on the full? Yes, it is. And the kick will be taken by Collingwood. Gordon Sumner.
Sumner between the back pocket and the half-back flank. Becoming pretty dark on that outer side. Fisted down. Wallace tried to use the body. Williams too slow. Caught on that occasion. So too Abernethy. Now an opportunity for Tony Shaw. Williams again. He's got up on his feet. Goes forward. Taylor and Kennedy. Taylor, Kennedy, Shaw, the quick handball, Beers, a hurried kick in towards the pocket. Gary Shaw's going to be first to it. Can he swing round on his right foot? He hooks, but it's not enough. 1 point only. Well, every point counts because it's now 1 goal 1, the margin. No, Rick, wait till they put back. Rick Kennedy to the outer side. That's what they've been doing all day, but that's a beautiful talk. Doug Hawkins gave the most massive push. And look at Doug. I plead innocent, Your Honour.
15 metres carrying on like that, Sandy.
He has too. And that's dangerous. Beers. It's a shocking kick into the half forward. In fact, it wasn't Beers. I think it might have been Gafer. Out towards the wing now. Kerrison, Neville Shaw. Kerrison's gone to ground.
Free kick to Preston.
Andy Preston at centre wing. Shane Kerrison up. Play on is the call. Steve McPherson gets his kick down towards Beasley.
I think Phillips just slipped over there, Sandy.
He's had trouble with his footing on a number of times today. I've noticed a couple of times even when he's on the mark.
Well,
He's slipped.
We've witnessed Simon Beasley with some very pressure kicks and no more than this one, Sandy.
Here's a chance to bring them within 1 point. "35 metres out, almost directly in front. And as Bob said, this is a pressure kick. Has kicked 2. A stammering approach. The drop punt leaves his ball. And I tell you what, he's handled the pressure beautifully because his goal is 1 point the difference.
Simon Beasley kicking his 3rd goal. Lovely piece of play as Preston got it out to Steve McPherson, and a beautiful kick from McPherson right into the chest of Simon Beasley. So 1 point the margin in favour of Collingwood. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the final turn. You're watching Sevens Big League as Fellows competes against Purser. Tapped back by Smith, taken by Fellows. The short kick, an awkward one for Kellett, but he's able to tap it down Baxter forced it through. Beers picks it up. Dixon's there for Collingwood. The left foot kick down towards half forward. Rance couldn't get to it. It runs past both Kennedy. Rance is there along with Taylor. Kennedy trying to pick the ball up. Taps it forward. Now picks it up. Good play by Kennedy as he drives it towards centre wing. Fellows comes across, too tall for Petraglia, and takes a nice mark.
So Wes Fellows at centre wing, straight onto Shane Morwood, who goes with a wobbly punt down towards a poor kick, straight to Rod McPherson. He repels the attack once again, back towards Hawkins and Gayfer. Hawkins can't take it to ground. Gayfer comes away, but his kick is under pressure, and he goes out of bounds on the full at centre wing.
He's worked hard against Hawkins, though, Gayfer, since half-time.
Yep. Collingwood leading by 1 point. 6 minutes played. Final term in a low-scoring but very intense, important encounter. Rance receiving across the centre, balks nicely up towards Beasley and Phillips. Plenty of hanging on. McGuinness waits down. Did he cop one in the back? No, said the umpire, and a bounce will take place. Wobbling off from the ground looks like Bruce Abernethy, and going back on is Ron McKeon. And looking at Abernethy, he looks in a spot of bother. Here's the bounce. Burgess over the top. Wallace dropped it. First to pick it up, Sumner, but his kick was well smothered by Hardy, who breaks the tackle. He's clear. Comes out wide to the flank. Who's he got? McPherson's the target. Burgess is there with him. McLean receives the hand pass from Royal. Steadies. Fires in towards goal. Beasley and Phillips. No mark taken. McGuinness at the back.
Missed it.
I think it might have gone over. I think he might have got his boot to it, but I think it had gone across the line.
It's bad luck for McGuinness. He was in the right spot, but couldn't quite get boot to ball. 59 points apiece. 7-17 to 8-11 as Phillips comes to the members' side of the ground. Fellows coming across a nice mark. Now it's called play on by the umpire. Royal picks it up. The hand pass to McLean. A long one out wide. Kellett takes it. He's hooked it. 1 point, but Footscray in front. At 1 point by Kellett is the margin that Footscray are in front. Kellett coming right down from half back. 60 to 59. Phillips, a lovely kick. Purser and Sewell almost collide. Williams gets one in the back, and he'll drive the ball forward for Collingwood.
Collingwood about to make another change too, Bobby. Shane Kerrison, who left the ground after copping one in the face, about to come back on. Over centre wing, push, go the way of Collingwood. Ronnie McKeon, who spent considerable time on the interchange, to take the kick. True centre wing spot. Tumbles a punt up towards half forward. Poor kick. Straight down the throat of Murray Rance. Rance will clear. Out in front of Baxter. Gets a favourable bounce. Rod McPherson saying over to me. But be quick. Greg Smith's hot on his heels. He gets his kick. Down towards half forward. Only to see Turner take a fine mark. Ball to ground once. Steadies. Swings long in towards half forward once again. At the back was Jepp. Should have taken it. Gary Shaw couldn't take it. And with Rance coming in from the side and Cloak over the top, another bounce to take place.
I think Jepp got a surprise that it came through, Sandy. I think he thought
I think you're right.
Two players would at least touch the ball and bring it down. But it's a bounce on half forward for Collingwood. Cloak gets the tap. It's picked up by Williams across to Smith. Smith's kick floats forward, and batting back to take a nice mark is Kellett. Kellett, last line of defence, puts it out wide to the half-back flank. Thumped forward by Gayfer. Back by Baxter. Jepp takes it, puts the short foot kick forward, goes after it again, picks it up well. Another short kick finding Purser. Can't take the mark though, but he will get a free kick. No, Purser plays on, puts himself in trouble, gets it back to Jepp. Jepp goes short and wide. Hawkins out there, is it? No, it's Rod McPherson. McPherson's kick. Beasley can't take the mark. Kick smothered there by Hardy. Phillips takes it. Cat rides the bump well. Puts the kick off the side of the boot, but it cut toward half-back. Purser, a lovely mark.
Too far out to score, but Andrew Purser will put Footscray deep into attack.
15 metres.
Oh dear. Well, he's not worrying about it. He's played on. Out comes Beasley. With him is Phillips. Who's waiting down? Tony McGuinness. A hurried kick. Back towards full forward, but Sewell give a push.
In the back.
metres out, directly in front, and a chance for the Bulldogs to go 7 points clear.
It looked as though he gave a little tickle there, Sandy.
A little nudge. But a nudge as good as a wink to a blind horse if you don't see it. Sewell has gone. The Doggies start barking. They lead by 7 points the difference. Both sides having just one win for the season. Desperate to record their second from the centre bounce. It's a chance for Footscray again as McLean steadies. Does it nicely. Up towards the half-forward line. Sewell again playing from behind, and it's Morwood who takes the mark, and Rod McPherson who got that handball out to McLean in a spot of bother behind the play. Could be cramped.
Footscray because he's played well, Rod McPherson.
He has. Collingwood making a change. Fellows off. McKeon on as Cloak marks between centre and half-forward. Well, they got to get it down to Taylor and they want to score. McKeon's on. Long kick from Cloak. Taylor. And a free kick going the way of Footscray on that last line. Jep
taking a gamble.
On, going across the face of goal, but Steve Wallace hasn't let him down, and Andy Preston's having a chat with Ronnie McKeon behind the play. I wouldn't worry about that. I'd worry about what's on the scoreboard at the moment. Socket off the ground. Taylor, who's come a long way out. Kellett, a sweeping hand pass. And Footscray out of trouble once again. The kick coming from Rance in towards the centre. Purser steadies up towards half forward. Beasley and Phillips. Phillips with strength. Royal waiting down. The great little rover. Steadies. Left foot snap. Ping, and he's missed it, Brian. Oh dear.
Hardy saying, I was out here. What about the hand pass?
8-19 plays 8-11. 8 points the margin. 13 minutes play.
It's Greg Phillips. A little uncertain which way to go. I think he'll just know he plays on. Comes out the members' side of the ground. Now goes long. McLean got into the back of his opponent. Full play on. McLean gathers it in well. He's got McPherson down the ground. McLean's kick, not a good one, but he finds McPherson. Has time to steady, puts the ball up towards the square. It's a lovely kick, but tapped through by Phillips. And so Greg Phillips puts that through for 1 point to Footscray. And by my record, Sandy, 6 of those 20 points have been rushed through or punched through by the Collingwood defence. Phillips again. Shaw unable to take it. Morwood waiting down. Almost gets clamoured upon. Shaw goes in to try and get it out. He can't do so. And so another bounce. Collingwood badly wanting a goal at the 14-minute mark almost. Final term. Cloak can't get an effective kick, nor can big Andrew Purser. The ball is held. Now, Sandy, with the big fellows going off, and McKee on the centre half forward.
So another bounce. Cloak and Purser again. Taken by Purser. Again, the ball is held. McGuinness steals it, gets a hurried kick, gathers little distance. Thumped forward, a chance for Steve McPherson. Can he get it clear of Tony Shaw? No, he can't. Beautifully done, Tony Shaw, as he finds Shane Morwood, who has a tentative bounce, then goes longer. Over the centre. Waiting there is Jep. Oh, his handball was loose. Goes to ground. The pack develops upon it, and yet another bounce will take place. Still in the square, but into Collingwood's attacking zone, and they desperately want a goal.
For somebody who hasn't played a game of football for a long time, Jep has done a pretty good job for Footscray.
Here's the bounce. Oh, a mighty thump by McKeon. Here's a chance. Shaw, now a one-out duel. Taylor, can he get the handball away? It was loose to Neville Shaw. Baxter, a chance to clear. Out to Jep. There's the man Bobby was talking about, and he's steady. He's cool in a crisis. Back towards the centre of the ground.
Good
and a great diving mark taken by Turner. Plays on. Receives it again. He's been in good form of late. Up towards the half-forward line. McEwen has the ball fisted away. Recovers nicely. Still possession. Brilliant play towards full forward. The bounce. Neville Shaw waits in front of the pack. Claimed by Kellett. And again, another bounce. Oh, by gee, this is tense, Robert.
An excellent game of football, Sandy. It's the game that I've enjoyed most this year.
I'd agree with you there.
Umpire indicating he's going to throw the ball up. Burgess and McPherson. It's tapped down. Jepp takes it. Gets the kick out wide. Onto the defensive side. Hawkins is first there. Can't take it. Gaffer comes over the top. Good play by Gaffer. He was looking there for Beers, but it runs over the boundary line before Mark Beers could get to it. So a throw in the forward pocket for Collingwood. 16 minutes have gone in the final term. 68-59 in favour of Footscray. Callett and McEwen. McEwen gets a tap. Intercepted by Jepp. Across to McGuinness. McGuinness towards centre wing. Purser there with Cloak. Purser tried to tap it over the top. Cloak does well. Has time to have the bounce. Now puts a long kick down. Taylor and Kennedy. Taylor was manhandled. Called play on by the umpire. And Kennedy takes the ball away. Finds McGuinness at half-back. The hand pass over the top to Royal. Footscray now as Royal comes up towards centre wing. A long kick towards half-forward. Petraglia up. Knocks it away from Turner. Goes after the goal. Tackle. Loses it. Called play on by the umpire. Petraglia floats the kick forward. McPherson. Steve McPherson. A couple of points on the board, but yet to put a goal. Should have the shot as Beasley and Phillips in the square. The kick from McPherson. It's a lovely kick. 1 goal to Steve McPherson.
15 points the margin. There's still plenty of time. Ryan Royal down to the half-forward line once again, but repelled by Burgess. A high kick. Back to half-forward. Williams from behind. Forced onto the defensive. Footscray have the players waiting down now, running, but that's a tired kick. It goes out of bounds and out of bounds on the full from Rod McPherson, and so Mullane a chance to put them into attack. What a duel it's been between Taylor and Kennedy. Great mark, Brian Taylor. Well, that's a very strong mark. He's kicked 3 goals, and my word, he's had to work so hard against Rick Kennedy. It has been a wonderful duel.
I wouldn't be surprised if he made it this one.
I'll tell you what, he could thread this. This will put them back on their seats. There's the kick, but he's drifted it across the face of goal. Won't make the distance and has thumped defensively over the line for one behind. So, 14 points is the margin. 18.5 minutes play. Final term. In a grand game of pressure football, and have a look at that for a prodigious punt from Rick Kennedy. They're down to centre wing, and Brian Royal will waltz up to the half-forward line with this one. He does. McPherson again from behind. Boys, he coming together under pressure. Jimmy Sewell wasn't on that occasion. Shane Morwood now. Tony Burgess back towards the centre. Rod McPherson, Andrew Purser. Through them it goes. No one able to pick it up. Back now with Cloak. He eventually does. To Beers. Kellett will claim him. Not before he gets the handball. Out to Gaffer. Wider to Shaw. On to Beers. Collingwood forward again. They want a goal and want it desperately. To half forward. Out comes Taylor on all fours. Can't claim the football. And another bounce. 19.5 minutes played, Robert. 14 points the margin.
The bounce at half forward for Collingwood. Umpire Robinson throwing the ball up. Kennedy and Taylor both up, down. Neither could get a clear tap, and a bounce will be forced to come again. It will not be a bounce in the same position. He'll throw it up once more. And although the ground looks in magnificent condition, it's obviously heavier than we think. Once again, some very, very tired players out there, because this whole game has been played with the scores very tight, the conditions tight. Rod McPherson gets the short kick. Tony Shaw takes the mark.
So Shaw, a chance to put Collingwood deep into attack. To Williams. McEwen, a chance. Was he held? He's pinged for holding the ball.
Oh, very harsh, I believe, Sandy.
Well, he did have his body over the ball. And
well, when you're trying to get it, you've got to put your body over.
The umpire was saying that he obviously wasn't trying to get it. Kellett. Anyway, they've lost it. There's nothing we can do about it, Robert. To centre wing. Burgess, McPherson, no one able to pick it up. Steve McPherson in over the top. Steve Wallace there, and another bounce. 21 minutes played, and perhaps the time clock ticking a little too quickly for Collingwood.
Still time, Sandy.
Oh, my word, there
One
is.
quick goal will
make all the difference.
Complex of this game.
Down towards Beers. can't take it. With him is Kellett, who tried to scoop it towards the line. Beers stopped him, and we will see another bounce as we are in
Must
the
be half a dozen
22nd
bounces in the last minute of play.
Yep. Tight, tense stuff.
Been tight and tense right throughout. Royal. A high floating kick. Gaffer punches the ball away. He's done an excellent job on Hawkins since half-time. So, Doug Hawkins there with Michael Gaffer. Over the back it comes, in towards the centre. Shaw, was he legged? Yes, that's the way the umpire sees it. Free kick going to Neville Shaw. We've got Mark Williams leading. Brian Taylor comes out towards Taylor. McLean up, comes at the back. Mullane across to Morwood. Morwood short kick, runs past Baxter. Chance Flowers. Dixon goes goalward, but he's offline so far, in fact, it's out of bounds on the full. So Dixon not able to bring Collingwood any closer. And so Tim Jepp. Tony Shaw couldn't take the mark. Gary Shaw picks it up. The hand pass comes wide to Beers. Beers down towards the square. Punched away by Kennedy. Neville Shaw couldn't get to it. Kennedy taking it close over the boundary line, in fact, and to throw in right alongside the behind post forward pocket for Collingwood. 74 to 60. 14 points the margin. 23 minutes into the final turn. Kennedy in the front position. Jepp. Williams. Jepp taps it on. Dixon can't pick it up. The hand pass. Royal. It's almost tapped away by Williams. Comes back to Royal again. Tapped over the top by Royal. He's played an excellent game for Footscray. The loose ball comes out to Williams. Breaks the tackle. Williams with a left foot kick. Comes towards Dixon. A snap towards goal. 4 goals to Dixon. And Collingwood still in an 8-point margin in favour of Footscray as Collingwood 74 to 66. Purser against Cloak. Purser gets the tap. Taps it on again. Royal short kick comes out. Nobody can take it. Royal kicks it off the ground again. Jamie Turner in the front position. The short kick trying to be kicked off the ground. Hawkins couldn't take it. Hawkins and Gaffer. Hawkins is held when not in possession of the ball, and he will take the free kick. Doug Hawkins hasn't found kicks easy to get against Michael Gaffer in this second half, as McEwen and Sewell have a little bit of teat-to-tate. Umpire Robinson coming down, holding play up to have a few words to the two of them. And now, time on as Hawkins now. Midway between the centre of the ground and centre wing. Towards half forward. Morwood takes the mark. Hand passes immediately, puts Sumner under pressure. His hand pass comes out towards Shaw. Foolish players. Royal picks it up. Royal's kick smothered. It comes through towards Sewell. Can Sewell get it out to Rance? No, he cannot. It's picked up by Smith. A nice hand pass to Mullane. On to Phillips. And Collingwood will come out of the danger zone. Up towards the centre. Punched away by Kellett. McLean of Footscray. Playing it in front of him. Cannot pick it up, though. It's still in there with McLean. A bounce will take place. Temper's a little bit frayed. It's any wonder, as the scores have been close right throughout. 2 points at quarter time in favour of Collingwood. 1 point in favour of Collingwood at half time. 6 points three-quarter time, and Footscray have turned that to an 8-point lead at the moment. Cloak gets the ball down. McLean's first on the scene. Takes it over the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place midway between centre wing and half-forward flank for Footscray. 30 seconds into time on. Footscray holding an 8-point lead. Purser tried to grab it. Runs past Burgess. He recovers. Taps it towards Gary Shaw. Gets away from the tackle. The hand pass on to Tony Shaw. He goes short. Looks for Brother Neville. Takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Comes past the wing. Looks for Taylor. Taylor and Kennedy. Kennedy punches the ball away. Jepp's there. Jepp with a hand pass to McPherson. McPherson short kick towards Preston. Kicks it just in play. Preston with a hand pass. Finds Jepp. Jepp floats the ball towards the wing. And it's Purser. Spills the mark, but he recovers. The hand pass goes straight to the opposition. It comes back from Gary Shaw to Cloak. A poor kick from Cloak. Well taken by Neville Shaw. Picked up by Morwood. Across to Dixon. He finds Taylor. And Taylor takes the mark. Brian Taylor, he's got Williams down in the square on his own. for Williams, so he's got to kick this one. Brian Taylor, 30 metres out directly in front, going for goal number 4. And he's put it right through the centre. 2 points the difference between the sides. 4 goals to Brian Taylor, 74 to 72. Footscray 9-20, Collingwood 10-12, 27 minutes into the final term. Not many more vital bounces in a game of football than this one, as Purser will compete against Cloak. Royal back in there for Footscray. Rod Person, Steve Wallace, Tony Shaw, Gary Shaw, Smith as Cloak gets the tap. Brian Royal puts it wide. Sumner and Petraglia racing after it. Sumner leads, kicks it off the ground, goes after it again, traps it well from centre wing. Sumner hooks it in. Tony Shaw coming down, takes a nice mark. Courage plus with Tony Shaw. Hand passes to Gary Shaw, to Shane Morwood. A chance of a goal as Shane Morwood puts it goalward, and he's put through for 1 point. 1 point the margin in favour of Footscray. Morwood having the opportunity of putting Collingwood in front. They really lifted in the last few minutes. 74 to 73. 1 point in favour of Footscray. 28 minutes gone. A beautiful kick from Kennedy. Straight up the ground. Morwood takes the mark. Called play on by the umpire. Millane gets the hand pass. Goes straight to Purser. Purser towards half forward. Over the head of Sewell it comes. Turner comes out. Misses it with a bounce. Burgess across to Sumner. Sumner now gets trapped. The short kick and a mark taken by Hardy. Hardy at centre half forward. Taking plenty of time. There's no worries. He's got time on his side. 1 point in favour of Footscray. Brad Hardy could make the distance, but who knows at this stage of the game. Hardy from centre half forward, 45 metres out. On line, but won't quite make the distance. Stuffed away, McGuinness! And Footscray 7 points up. Tony McGuinness kicks his 3rd goal. And a vital goal for Footscray as they go to 7 points up. Excellent roving down there by McGuinness. Former Glenelg, South Australia, making the margin 7 points. 29 and a half minutes. The clock in favour of Footscray with a 7-point advantage. Royal and Smith in the way of the bounce. Wouldn't be wasting time from the bounce. Cloak against Purser. Cloak gets it down. Millane. Caught Williams unawares, but he gets it out to Burgess. Burgess with the siren sounds. An excellent game sees Footscray 10 goals, 20, 80 points, defeating Collingwood 10-13-73.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is
flashbacks. This week, one of the better known